Going on, everyone? So, Just Mercy is now in theaters, finally near me. It was in theaters December 25th, but that was limited release in New York and Los Angeles. Unfortunately, I don't live in those areas, so I had to wait until January 10th when it was in wide release. So, alas, here I am reviewing Just Mercy. Now, I've seen the trailer for this movie 1,000 times at AMC. They play it all the time. Kind of annoying, honestly, after a while, because I felt like it was an Oscar baity movie. But I was like, at the same time, I read into the story, and the story was fascinating. So I was curious. For those of you that don't know the premise, though, let me explain. So it's about defense attorney Brian Stevenson, who is trying to free a wrongly condemned death row inmate, and to again testimonies and everything to see if he is in fact innocent. This is a movie, again, it was a movie that I felt like could go either way. It could be either an Oscar baiting movie or it could be a good movie that does the actual real life story justice. I think the real life story is fascinating. I think that the fact that all of this was really, really fascinating and honestly kind of sad. Because every time I saw the trailer, I'm not going to lie, I was thinking this is probably something that happened in the 50s, 60s. And then I watched the movie and I realized, no, this was late 80s, 90s. And it's like, holy cow, this is still going on. Like, I'm not one to think, like, oh, racism's dead. Like, I'm not. I've seen Black Klansman. It's, Spike Lee's, adaptation of that clearly showed. And again, I knew that before the movie, but it's something that's still going on. And I think that it's kind of crazy, though, that this is something that's still showcasing how corrupt our system is, especially with how innocent people get condemned and almost, die. And it's one of those things where it's heartbreaking. It really is. I think the story itself is fascinating. It really is. But I'm not going to lie, this movie was kind of disappointing. I'll get into that in the negatives, but for first, I just want to say this. I think the acting, for the most part, is good. You have Jamie Foxx, Michael B. Jordan at the height of their career. They both give great performances. Brie Larson is also great. And I also have to say that I think that they all have good chemistry. Tim Blake Nelson also is in the movie a little bit, and he's interesting. I think he's a great actor, and his performance is also like a scene stealer when he's in the movie. I also think that the messages and themes are important. They are very valid. They are the type of situation where I wish they could have gone into it more, but at the same time, with what they were going for, it was still interesting. I also think that the score was good. It was passable. It's not incredible or anything, but I liked it for what it was going for. And I think that some of the writing is good, but getting into the negatives, I do have to say that I think some of the writing is also superficial. A lot of these characters are written one note, or just have it where it's like biopic cliches, biopic character cliches. And it's a shame, really, because the story is also kind of written like that. Like, the story itself is fascinating, but the movie does it in a way that it doesn't feel fascinating in stretches of the movie. There are stretches where I found myself to be kind of bored by it. And I'm saying that as someone that loves courtroom dramas. I do. I love courtroom dramas. I love movies that showcase issues in an interesting light. And that's the thing. This movie just wasn't interesting in some patches. Overall, it had some messages and insights that I thought were fascinating, but I don't think as a whole it worked. And that's the thing. Again, some characters just weren't really written to, in my opinion, my dissatisfaction. Rafe Spall's character, for instance, I think his character, I get it. In real life, he probably was villainous, but I felt like they did it in such a cartoonish way that it wasn't really convincing for me. Also, I think the pacing was disjointed. There was a lot of times, like I said, where I found myself to be dulled, but then other times where the editing and the tone and the writing all matched what the director's vision was. But again, there were other cases where that wasn't the case. Overall, I want to say this. This is a movie that if someone were to tell me, I really like Just Mercy, it really affected me, I would say, that's fine. I get where you're coming from. It's just for me personally, I see so many movies. I see so many movies about these type of issues, and I love the ones that stand out. Black Klansman's a movie that comes to mind right off the bat where it focuses on many issues like this about our system, how it's corrupt and everything from the top down. And that does it in a way that felt very fresh and unique. This is just a movie that, to me personally, felt like Oscar bait overall as a whole. And I just don't think it was rewarding. It reminded me of Two Popes from earlier this year. It's just two movies that I felt like they were trying to get A-list actors, to give good performances and then, get buzz and then get nominated for Oscars and then, make money off that. For me personally, it just didn't work. I think it's a movie that overall, again, I respect and understand if you as a viewer liked it. It's just me personally. I wish it got more under the skin of me and not just surface based level. That's just my opinion, and that's why for me personally, Just Mercy, I'll be giving it a 2.5 out of 5 star rating. No hot sauce rating, but again, if you like the movie, that's more than fine. I respect your guys' opinions, but I do want to hear your guys' thoughts. Just Mercy. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And again, if you didn't like the movie, I urge you. Actually, either way, I'm going to say this. I urge you to look into the real life story. It's fascinating stuff, truly, and moving. It's very moving. So look into that story, guys. And as always, don't forget subscription, notification bell, and as always, I appreciate you guys' support, and I'll catch you guys later.